Everyone, good evening, good morning, and good afternoon. Greeting you according to your time zone. Wherever you're watching me around the world, I want to welcome you to my channel. My name is Chris, and this is ANC Candles and Car Air Fresheners. And also, this video will be posted on my um, other YouTube community, which is Crisp Digitals. All right. So for those of you who don't know, I have another channel that is called Crisp Digitals, and those of you in Crisp Digitals, I have another channel called ANC Candles. So I make scented candles, and I sell them my locality and also online. But the reason I'm bringing this video on these two different community is because one of them talks about my company as a candle maker, and the other one talks about my digital planning, digital calendar, um, program that I do. So it's been a long time I did the digital programming. I actually told the community that I will be focusing more on my candles. But while I was, getting into the grind of my candles, I realized that I needed a CRM program. CRM stands for Customer Relationship Management or Manager. So I realized that I needed that, and this is how you can track everything that happens in your business, from your leads to your opportunities to the closing of the deal. Okay, so I realized that I needed that, and I used some other CRMs, but is either they are too cumbersome for me, or they are just not meeting what I really needed for them to do. Some of them have like enough feature that I can use, but then it's the trial period. The After the trial period, some of them are just so expensive, like monthly, and the other ones are just they don't have the features I'm looking for. So I said to myself, you know what, since I normally create digital planners on OneNote, and I create calendars and all of those things, I said maybe I should look into designing my own CRM. So the program I'm using here to host my CRM is OneNote. It is a free Microsoft program that comes in with your computer. If you have an older version, I believe you can download it. It's free to use. Well, technically, if you have the Microsoft Office 365, it should come with it. So if you're paying for your yearly Microsoft or monthly Microsoft account, it will come with that, with your OneDrive and PowerPoint, Word, Excel, all of that. Well, I used to use the OneNote for Windows 10, but my laptop is out of commission right now. It crashed on me while I was creating the first manual CRM. As you guys can see around here, it says CRM, manual CRM 2.0. So the first one, I was close to 99.9% done, and then it crashed on me. So I couldn't restore my computer back, none of that. So I needed my computer for my business and for other things. So I decided to buy a desktop instead. I went to see if I can buy a laptop, but this HP NV 34 inches desktop caught my attention, and I'm like, man, I wonder what I could do with this monster. So that's when I decided to get it, and I created this CRM using it. As you guys can see, the screen is big, is large, is about 32. The My design is about 32 inches wide, and the height is 17 inches. So that's how I created this. So the computer overall itself is 34, okay, 34 inches. So that's how I created this to kind of fill up the entire space of my computer, and I just really like the way it looks. So for those of you who have the screen like this, or a bigger screen, this will fit perfectly on your computer. Okay, for those of you who use the normal screen like a laptop, design and stuff, like the normal ones I used to create. I don't know how this is going to fit in. Maybe you can reduce the size and make it fit on your computer, but either way, you can still use it. Well, let's get into this. If you haven't subscribed, first and foremost, please subscribe to my channel and hit the bell notification so you'll be notified every time I put new videos on. And don't forget to like and share this. All right, guys, let's get into the video. Okay, so if you're using OneNote desktop, you will see it's different because the new OneNote, I don't think they will be having the old Windows 10 OneNote anymore. Okay, so everybody will be using like this version, I believe. That's what I believe. If you go on their website, you see the new features coming in for the desktop, and I really like the desktop one right now. Okay, so let's go into this. I'm sorry, guys, I'm rambling too much. All right, so right here, 2.0 manual CRM, and I want to show you guys everything about my CRM that I'm using, and I could be sending this, giving this to people to download as well for a small fee or small price. It's not going to be a monthly price, it's just going to be a one-time payment. Okay, guys, right here you have the top priorities over here, and beneath that you have my workspace. And over here, you have an extension of my pages or sections. You have the cases, meetings, task, calendar. Okay. And over here in the middle, you have the call logs, the contacts, opportunities, production, accounts, leads. Now, not every CRM is going to look like this, okay? Obviously, right? Because some CRM, you don't have this word production over there, okay? And some of them you have call logs, and you have the about leads, accounts, opportunities, and contact. They are the major things you will see in a CRM. And also you will see something like task and calendar. Some of them will have meetings and cases, but not all of them. But the reason I created this like this is because these are all the things, all the components that I need for my CRM to work best for me. I even included a workspace for myself because I really need this space, and I'll show you guys what this workspace is for me. All right, what it does for my company as well. Okay, so you can see that even, let me show you guys this that I've created. You can see that it has all hyperlinked right here. All these images, this is hyperlink, this is hyperlink, this is hyperlink, hyperlinked, hyperlink, hyperlinked. Okay, they are all hyperlinks here. All right, so all these are the components that I use for my CRM, and in the middle you have my logo right here. Okay, all right, on the side of this section, you have my recent activities, like what did I do recently in my CRM. So I just threw in some things here for us to play with, some writing, so this place doesn't look empty. All right, and to the side of this you have my company's profile. So right here you have the name, ANC Candles LLC, the company's location right here, the phone number, the email address, the website, and over here we have the company's mission statements over here. And right here underneath that you have a sales progression board, and over there you see that it's 2022 from January to December, 2023 January to December, and so on. Okay, and as you can see, these colorful dots over here, all right, these represent what's going on in the month of August, September, October, November, and so on, right? So these dots, each of them represents something about what has happened or what is occurring in a given month, okay, in the company. So if you want to see what's going on there, you can come down here, and over here you see that the yellow represents new leads that are acquired, and you can see that in August we acquired about two new leads, but also in the month of August we have a number of accounts that were opened. So one account was opened and was qualified, meaning that this business is saying that they would like to do business with us. So that's what that red means, that okay, we have an established account that wants to do business with our company. All right. And in September we had another lead. Okay. And in October, this red one that was that accepted to do business with us, they order the product. Okay, they order products from us, so we closed on them, right? And you can see the green means that we closed on them, and the blue means that they ordered product. So that's how we're able to look at our sales progression to see what's going on in our pipeline. All right. Okay, so now let me just take you guys into how we move from lead to opportunity, how we move from getting a lead to the final stages of winning the opportunity and closing the deal. Okay, and by the way, just to let you guys know, what I'm going to show you guys is the real thing that is happening in our business. Okay, the companies, they are real. It's just that to put some privacy in this company, I had to copy and copy this CRM into a new section to show you guys. So I changed all the company's name, their addresses, their phone number. I just gave you guys fictitious names and companies and all of that. So whatever you see in this video about the company, their names have been changed, but that doesn't mean that what happened within the company didn't happen. So it did happen. Okay, but I just changed the names. All right. Okay, so let's go into so right here we're going to go with leads. So I'm going to hold my control button so I can be able to click on that. If I don't hold my control button, I can't click on that. Okay. All right, so I'm going to hold that and I can click on that. All right, so here is my lead page, right? So my lead page, it's the page whereby you enter all the information of your lead, of the people that you talked to, the company you spoke to about, hey, we're looking at seeing if you guys want to do business with us. You pitch your ideas to them or your business proposition to them, and then they can look into what you want to do and they can give you their phone number. For example, say you found them in a trade show, or you met them in a trade show, or you met them at the mall, or you just went somewhere, maybe you saw an ad on Facebook and you contacted them, and then they're like, okay, here's our number, here's our company's detail and all of this stuff. Then you get home and you can just enter the information here. So for example, here you have the date that we spoke to Jane Doe, and that's the name of the contact person, and the company is ABC Store LLC. Okay, and the location is this. The phone number is this fictitious phone number, and the email address is this. And here the status says, okay, is this company hot, warm, hot, qualified, or in progress? So for this case, again, this is a real stuff that happened. Okay, just change their names. So right here, this was qualified. This was a qualified lead. After I spoke to them on the 12th of August, we had a good conversation, and they were really excited about these opportunities, and they said, yes, we would like to do business with you guys. So here I go home and I entered everything and I qualify them, and here is the salesperson's name. Okay, so whoever is winning, whoever is dealing with this lead, you will put their name here. Okay, put their name here, and if there's multiple of them, you will have a different name here. Maybe if you have another person in your sales team, another person here, and so on. And this arrow here means that you can copy and put this here. Okay, so you can copy everything here. For example, if I click on this, I can go, let me undo this first. So I can go and I copy and I come here and I can just paste it. So you guys can see it's been duplicated right here. Okay, so I can continue and start typing on the next one. So the more leads I get, I just keep going like that. That's what this arrow is saying. So from here, after this is filled up, I can just keep going this way. All right, I got to remember that OneNote is unlimited scrolling, is unlimited space you have is a huge canvas. Okay, you just keep going and going. That's why this arrow is here. All right. Okay, let me just put this as set as background, and this I can probably leave here for now since I'm going to exceed this page anyways. All right. So this is where you just got to put in all your leads, whether they convert or not, whether they are qualified or not. It's just a big pool of where all the people you talk to, whether they are hot leads or warm leads, you just put them over here. And here you have the lead sources. Okay, so right here, is it through Google you found them, or Facebook ads, or walk-ins? In this case, it was through walk-ins, and this one was through referral. Okay, and this one also was walk-ins. All right, so that is how you're able to enter all your leads in this one. Okay, these templates, it's in a file. For those of you who want to buy this or get this, you can contact me, and I'll let you guys know from there. Okay, all right, so over here you can actually click on Jane Doe, and when you click on Jane Doe, it will take you to Jane Doe's profile. Okay, so this is Jane Doe's profile, what I call customer's profile. All right, the ABC is a company right here, and over here you have the first name, which is Jane, last name Doe, and the mobile number. You have the email address here, work phone number. You have the department. What department does she work in? She is the product acquisition. She's in the product acquisition department. And what's her position? She's the owner of the store and the manager. Okay, and here's their website. Okay, and over here too you have the salesperson. So that salesperson from the lead, you can see that right here, the salesperson from the lead carries also to this, so you got to enter that here. All right, and I will show you guys exactly how to create all these links. Okay, they are very easy to create. All right, show you guys how to create this. For those of you who are getting this, I'll do videos on, like, training videos on how to incorporate all of this into your company, into your department, to your sales funnel, and all of that, your pipeline, I mean. Okay, so this is how it looks like. All right, and also your salesperson right here has their own profile. See how you have the customer's profile here? Your salesperson will also have their profile. So if I click on that, you will see me right here, and you see the team member page. All right, so right here you see the name, you see the address. Again, this is made up address. Don't go there, there's nothing like this. All right, and this is the phone number. All right, this is actually my business phone number. This is my business email address, and the position is the admin CEO. Okay, right here is the total account that salesperson has opened. So right here we only have one. So when the salesperson has done like 2 or 3, let's say the person has done 3, can come here and just type in 3. And for right now, this I have one account that I closed, and the total amount that this account fetched us in the business was this. Okay, as the number increases, this number will increase for this particular team member. And also here you have the other information. What do you want to know about this individual, or what does this individual want the company to know about them? So you put it over here. And what is their sales goal in this company? You can put it over here. We'll go back, and right here you see this is part we went back to the contact of this customer. Okay, so right here you can see where it says call logs, right? You can see the call logs here. Okay, so if I click on this, it will take me to all the phone calls that I've had with this person, with Jane Doe, with this company. Okay, the dates and the time, the contact person that I spoke with, the company and their business, inbound, outbound. So this showed me like, okay, this was an outbound call. Okay, I was the one that made the phone call. And right here is the comments. So I called for inquiries and questions. That was the first time I called to go make an appointment to see them. Okay, and on that same day they called me back, and so you see return call. and this was an inbound call. And we just went back and forth until we got to um, this page whereby return call to confirm delivery date. Okay, so it was just from start to finish. Okay, it was start to finish, and I really enjoyed working with this business. Okay, you can see also here the person making the phone call, the salesperson who is in charge of this account. So it's always going to be, you're always going to have the salesperson in every template. Okay, to just in every template that kind of aligns with a particular lead. Okay, so you're always going to have that, so everybody that sees this in your company will know who owns this account, like who is the person following up with this lead. All right, okay, so now let's move to account. So I'm going to click here and go to account. All right, so right here, the active account. Right now, we only have one active account. And how do I know this is an active account? Well, I'll show you guys. So every customer that creates a lead and that creates a contact in our CRM, they create an account. So we have an account for every one of them. So right here, you have account number and you have account owner. Again, you see that person, that salesperson here, and you have the name of the account. Okay, and that would be ABC Store LLC. Account type, they are a reseller kind of accounting account type, and their industry falls under retailer, and it created by the salesperson Christopher, and the currency is USD, and site location is Topeka, Kansas. All right, over here, this is a note that I put there. This account was open and deal was closed within 3 days. This was one of the fastest deal that I've ever made. Okay, and I'm just grateful that this happened the way it did. Okay, all right, so over here you can also look at the as you can see, the name of the contact person is not here. Okay, because we're just dealing with the account, but for us to know exactly what this company is, what we can go to them. So this is the account information, right? And over here you see that account number right here and everything that we saw in the previous page, but now you can see that they have that contact person right here. Okay, and the date that it was created, their business address, and their parent account, which is ABC Store. Sometimes the parent account could be a bigger account, like a bigger name. So for example, you might have Disney as a parent account, but the company that it's under the Disney could be ABC Network, right? Just like the TV channel, right? That's just an example. And right here you have the business phone number, and then you still have the account owner, which is me again. And here you have a note. You can put anything right here. Here I just put ABC LLC, and its owner has done great business with us. So it's just whatever I want to put. I didn't want to leave it blank, so I just put that there. And over here you have the account status. What does it show? Is this an active account? Yes, it's an active account right here. Okay, and this is something I typed in. Okay, you can also type that in. All right, over here is your current deal status. So before this was closed, I normally will come back here and I put the percentage. I'll just come back here and just put the percentage of qualification. So when we did a presentation, I said, okay, let me come back here and check it, and I put 50%. When we started doing negotiation, I was just tying all of this stuff. I was just tying all of this to our opportunity. Okay, so if I click on the opportunity, or if I click on the opportunity, I can click here, I can go to here. If I go on here, and you will see that this opportunity right here is kind of tied up with this section right here. Okay, and this is something I created, and like I said, everything is manual. That's why it's called a manual CRM. All right, and if I go back to the opportunities. So right here you have the progress logs, or some people call it a backlog. All right, so it's kind of like a Kanban board. That's what it kind of looks like. So what you do is the qualification, you type in 20%, and I created this kind of ball that shows like it's getting full when it gets to 50%, when it gets to 80%, 90%, 100%, it gets 100% full, right? So right here you can just drag and drop. So I can come here and I can just drag this and put it right here, for example. Oops, come here and I can just put it right there for an example, right? And I can just drag this and put it here. I can move this here depending on what I'm doing. Okay, me undo all of that. Okay, so right here, let's go for example the ABC Store LLC. So we contacted them and they showed interest in our candles, so we put them as 20% because they showed interest. And the XD start and estimated end date, we just had to put something here for, you know, just to put the estimated time that we're going to start this order and when we're going to end it. So right here we put the 30th of August 2022, and the estimated end date we gave it a month, but usually everything runs down to like 3 weeks. Okay, 2 to 3 weeks we're done. All right, but just to give us an extra room just in case we got a delay from materials and shipping, delays and stuff like that for our raw materials, then we can give ourselves some rooms to catch up. Okay, and then the presentation, you know, detailed candle presentation conducted, questions and other concerns answered. So when we went in there, we then did a full presentation of our candles to them, and they saw everything and they asked their questions and they showed more interest in it. So I got home and I bumped this up to 50%, that okay, these people are really interested in what we have. And then we got into the next phase, which is the negotiation phase. All right, so they called me back and said, okay, what can you give us if we give like if we order more than 20? So I said, well, 50 is a minimum where you can get your wholesale price. So usually the candle costs $45 each, but if they're buying 50 and above, then we give them a wholesale price. Okay, so when we negotiated that, they agreed on that, and I came back here and I put 80%, right? And we moved that stage into an evaluation stage, whereby we wrote down the sales order and we reviewed it, emailed to the company for confirmation and acceptance. Okay. After we sent the email, we got a confirmation that they got the email and they were looking into it. So I go here and I opted up to a 90%. So here, you know, when we got the company to accept the sale order, they emailed us and say, hey, we like what we saw and we're willing to move forward. So we're like, okay, great. So this deal is closed as one, and a tax will be created. So because this turned to 100%, so here you see where it says closed, won or lost, right? So right here we won the deal. So the company accepted sales order and they wanted to, you know, move forward with the product. So right here you look at where it says a task will be created. Okay, so this task is a place whereby we do our pre-production. Okay, so right here if I go there and I click on it, it will take me to the tax page. Okay, right here you have the backlog again, like the Kanban board, and here is the name of the tax detail, and right here the name is pillar candles. Okay, pillar chunk candles, and the tax detail is the candle type is pillar candles, and the quantity they want is 50. All right, and here have we started this task yet? Yes, we have started it. So we've made sure that all our raw materials, including wax, fragrance oils, wick, and other needed tools are in place for this task. All right, so then we move to the next phase, which is in progress. So task is in pre-production stage and production has been scheduled. Okay, so we are in the process of taking this to production. So in the last phase of completed, meaning that this task has been finished, which means the pre-production phase has been completed. So now we're ready for production phase. And right here, I can have a note to write in whatever I want to write. And over here, I can just click to go to the production phase. I can do this here, or I can go to the production icon right here and I can click on that. But since this is already a hyperlinked, I click on it, and now you can see we are in the production phase. And here is the account number. All right, you can get to this production phase in various ways. One of the ways is through the account area. So if you can see right here, you have that account number. If I click on it, it will take me to that production phase. All right, so right here you have the production, the account number, you have the business name, you have the order date. What date was this placed and prepared by whom? You can see that again, that salesperson is here. All right, and the billing address, shipping address, phone number, and the dates this order was completed. And here we have a workspace. I'll come back to this workspace later. Okay, right here you have a down payment. This down payment is a place whereby, you know, you put in, if they gave you any 50% down while you prepare while you produce the candles or the product, you can put that right here. In my case, it's a $0, because when she called me to ask me, hey, do you want a down payment, I told her no, I would like to, you know, it was my first deal with my candles right now in a local store, and I just say, you know what, how about when I'm done with the order, you can pay me at delivery. So she agreed on that. So payment method was with check. All right, so she paid me by check, and right here is the status, payment status says paid. Okay, and now let's come down here with the production stages. So the processing, you know, we went through the processing, we went to the started. Okay, so I just come in and I just check them as I go through them, you know, in my production. I just come down here and I'm like, okay, we started the processing. Okay, we started the production. We've completed the production. We've packed it and we've delivered it. So all I did, I go through to draw on OneNote, and I select one of them here, and I can just come here and I can just like do that with my mouse, right? So that's all I did. Okay, let me undo that. Right, I can come back to draw and I can select this to get off that panel. All right, so the next one is the product orders, order details. All right, so this is how you know what they order, right? Over here, so you have all the names of the candle, of the different candles they order, and the quantity for each, you know, 5, so that's 50 times 10, right? Or 5 times 10, 50, that's what I meant. And then the cost is a wholesale cost, and that's 22.5. And was there any delay during this production? Absolutely not. We didn't have any delay. And if there was delays, what are the causes of the delay? For in our case right here, there was nothing. Okay, non-applicable. And final remark, completed. Okay, everything completed. I go here one by one and I complete them as they get completed in the production phase. So here we have our communication board. All right, the dates are here. Every time I communicated with them, I entered them right here during the production phase to make sure we're on the same page. Not that after producing everything and then they say, oh no, we want to change this, or that didn't work out well, or we doing this instead of 5 of this, or 110 of that. So, you know, to make sure, so we communicated everything to them here. And you can see here, ABC store placed an order of 50 pillar candles, 5 candles of each. So everything is just registered here. Okay, and on the 6th of September, I called Jane to let her know that her order were completed and ready for delivery. She said she was going on a vacation, so we have to reschedule for the 5th of October. Okay, I called Jane to reschedule on to schedule a delivery for the 5th of October, which she confirmed. That was the 30th of September. Okay, and on the 5th of October, candles were delivered to the location. Jane, the owner, accepted the delivery and payment was made by check. As you guys can see all of that right here. Okay, and you can see 10th, October 10th, October 5th, 2022, sorry, it was delivered. And right here, if I click on the 5th of October, it will take me to the calendar where I already put it before that, ABC store candles were delivered. And this was the time it was delivered. Okay, right here. And let me just show you guys some things about this area. So in August, right here, we visited the company, August 12th, right? We visited the company to, show them our product, right? Okay, this was the plan, 11:45 when I planned to go visit. All right, and right here in September, so I had another appointment with somebody else on the 6th, and that's John Smith at their location. And in October, okay, that was when the candle was delivered. Now we're in November, right? You guys can see that, right? Anyways, let's go back to the production phase. All right, so after we're done with this, now the candles have been delivered, everybody's happy, the check is cleared, and we still do back and forth communications with them. All right, so now let me go back to let me go back home. All right, so now that we've delivered our first order of candle and we've closed our first deal, now what if the first deal has been closed and then 3 days later or a week later, the ABC company calls me, and Jane calls and she says, "Hey, Chris, by the way, one of your candles was broken or was damaged during shipping, or maybe during when you delivered it, something happened. When we opened the box, it was broken. We just wanted to let you know." So she telling me that, okay, we need to record that. We need to make sure we have that in our file to follow up. Okay, in that case, we're going to open a case. All right, so that's where you go over here and you have cases and you open a case. Okay, so if I click on this, it will take me to cases, right? So this is where I'm going to come and say, okay, what did you say again, Jane? What happened? She says, oh, there was a damage to one of your products when you delivered it. Okay, then I say, okay, this is the date she called, and I entered the date right here. All right, and I put the company's name right here. Okay, and here I put the client's name, which is Jane, right? And the source of the way she reported, like what source of communication did she use to report this. So this is by phone call. Okay, if it's by email, you're going to put the email right here. And reported issue, broken candles. Okay, resolution details. This is where I'm going to type in all the resolution details of what happened. All right, and over here you have the case progression. So right here, you put, after hanging up the phone, you can put your case reported. You check it, the case has been reported. All right, so what else? Okay, resolution started, you check it. Okay, check that the resolution has started. Customer contacted, yes, they were contacted. So after you contact the customer, you tell them, okay, by the way, we've started working on the resolution for this issue. All right, give us maybe 24 hours, we'll get back to you. After 24 hours, you call the customer back and you start negotiating with them. Okay, so we're willing to give you another candle, or do you want us to give you compensation in cash, or maybe next order we can give you an extra? What do you want to do? So you guys can negotiate what you want to do as business people, and then they can say, okay, so after the negotiation association, you check that, and now you go to your team and you review for final decision with either your manager or your other team members, and you guys can come to a conclusion on what you want to do for them. Is it's either you want to give them 2 candles for the one that was damaged, I want to give them a candle and an extra incentive for them. And then you can check that after you guys made that decision, and you can come here and you can click on result. And right here you can type in the final decision that you guys made, and also you can put in the case manager's name or signature right here. So everybody that comes into this file will see the person who took care of this particular case. Okay. All right, let's go back to the home page. We're almost done here, guys. Thank you for hanging out. All right, so over here you are in let's go to calendar. Okay, let's go to calendar right here. So after talking to Jane, for example, so this is a real example. So after doing my business with Jane, close with them, Jane contacted me and said, okay, we would like you to, actually she emailed me and said, we would like you to be present for our grand opening. Okay, so here I replied to Jane's email to RSVP for the upcoming gathering, and that day that the gathering is going to happen is on the 17th of November. So that's coming. Okay, so next week, Thursday, that's coming on the 17th. So now I have here meet with Jane Smith. Why am I put Jane Smith? That's Jane Doe. Okay. So or John Smith. This is another company. I'm sorry. This is another company. Yeah. So right here we're talking about Jane Doe, right? So meeting with Jane, friends and family opening night with Jules. Okay, so that will be the location. So this is the meeting. So what am I going to do? I created a link whereby it can take me straight to Jane Doe. Okay, so if I click on that, it takes me to the meeting. Okay, so here is the meeting area. So here is the scheduled meeting. The date is the 17th, 9 a.m. The location, I put the address there. I believe it's a different address, but for the sake of this video, I just put that. So meeting purpose, invited for new store opening and engage with customers. So she wants me to come there and just, hang out with them and meet their customers, and also talk about candles, especially my candles, to their customers. All right, so that will kind of help boost the community, saying that the owner of this company or the producer of this, the maker of the candles, is actually part of your community, and he wants to talk to you guys and share about his candles with you. So that's kind of our positive reinforcement for them. Okay, so I said, okay, I'll do that. And you can put the attendees here. Okay, this could be more than the people you normally attend functions with or meetings with, but for me it's just Jane Doe and her team members. Okay, and after the meeting, I can come here and give a full detailed note about what went on in the meeting, and if there's something that I need to do for them or get for them or updates them on, I can just put that here as my to-do list. I can type everything right here and schedule next meeting. Right now there's nothing there. Okay, so you can have the template like this. This is how it looks like. Okay, when it's not filled out, right here it's where it is. Okay. All right, so let's go back to the home page. So right here, there's something I didn't tell you guys because I wanted to wait to the end of the video so I can share that with you guys. But guys, remember when I was in the production phase area and I said I was going to come back to this particular workspace? The reason I didn't want to do it yet was because I wanted to show you guys the entire features of the CRM before I do this, because my workspace is a different location. Okay, so it's just like a warehouse outside of your office. Okay, so that's how I created this. All right, so when I'm making my product, I have to make everything standardized and make sure everything is in sync. No can do, like everything is done the right way. I have to refer to my workspace, because that's where all my recipes are. That's where all my mixture variables are. That's where all my temperature standards are. So that's where everything works. That's where everything is done. Okay, so I separated that from my CRM to have its own workspace. So if I go there and I click on that, so it takes me to the workspace of ANC Candles, right? So right here you have my week testing, you have my wax blend and recipes, you have my manufacturing, vendors, projects and tasks, fragrance oils, packaging and assembling, and you have my creative ideas. All right, so for now I didn't really put a lot of things in here, excuse me, especially for my wax blend and recipes. Of course, I'm not going to put that in there, right? And my manufacturing, I'm just going to show you guys how they look. All right, for the testing, I don't mind showing you guys, so I'm just going to click on that. You can see that week name, burn test, official week that I use, and right here week name, burn test, and all of that. And my final thought, this was when I was doing my testings. This took me guys won't believe it, 6 months. All right, just to make sure I drill everything down to the T to make sure these are my wick that I'm using, no matter the kind of candles, wax that I'm blending. Any of this wick will work for my blend. That's how intense I went with the testing. Okay, can go back here, and my wax blend, this is how it's going to look like. Of course, I didn't put anything in here. All right, and my manufacturing, this is how it's going to look like. Okay, and all these will be like my temperature parameters, my chunk candles, how I make them, the steps of how I make them, all of that, candle finishing and quality check, packaging and shipping. And my vendors, so my vendors, I have domestic suppliers and I have international suppliers. My domestic suppliers will be like the local ones like Candle Science, Nature's Garden, the Flaming Candles, and all of that stuff. So this will be my my regular ones, like my domestic ones. So the names and the data, so order them will be here. Description of the fragrance, everything will be here. Then my international ones will be like Alibaba. So if I click on that, you will see all of that here. Okay. And if I click on this supply, it takes me back to the page. And if I click on Workspace, it takes me back to the Workspace. And right here, I can go directly to my email. I can go directly to my website right here. And here I have my project and task for what I'm going to do within my Workspace. Okay. Over here, I have my creative ideas. This is just going to be a plain canvas. Well, I'm just going to type in every single ideas that I have. So I didn't make a template for this because I just want this to be free flow of my ideas, free flow of my thoughts, because they are just endless of things I can write down here. Okay, right. So right here I have my fragrance oil, and here I have my packaging and shipping. So fragrance oil right here, you have original collections that I have, and I have my summer collections here. I will have my fall and winter and fragrance oils for my car air fresheners. Everything will be here, and this place will just be for the ones that are out of order or out of stock, and then the ones that I need to reorder, and I just flow with them all like that. Okay. So right here, I just showed you guys everything. I haven't done much about this page yet, so it's still blank. All right, so when I'm done here, I can go back to my CRM by just clicking on this, and there it takes me back to my CRM. So guys, I hope you enjoy watching this and seeing what you can do with just some templates and a OneNote program on your Windows PC or your Windows laptop. Okay, so if you are interested in something like this, you can let me know in the comments below, and I'm trying to come up with a way whereby I would do like a video, a complete tutorial where you guys can, after getting the template, I can just do a video of step by step on how to plug in everything, how to get things going, how to put in the templates into your screen like this. You know what, for example, let me just show you guys one way of doing it. Actually, I will leave that for the next video. I'll leave that for the next video. So for those of you who are interested in getting this template, let me know, and I will send me your message in my comment for those who are interested, and let me know. Then my next video will just be a video to share with you guys how you can get this. Then I'm going to put it on my website whereby you guys can go and buy it, and it's not going to be that expensive. Regular CRM is like, they cost monthly at least probably $45 and above per month. Some of them are like $500 to buy them. Some of them are just 100 and something to use them monthly. Some of them are free, don't get me wrong, but then you have to deal with the trial time, or the ones that are really free, they just don't give you that much features. Even just this manual one is full of features, but the one with the free version you get, they don't really give you that much features except you buy the pro version from them, right? And the open source one that I used to have, sometimes they just like don't work because it's self-hosted on your server, and sometimes things might happen with the port directory and then everything is a mess. Then you got to start all over again. I can't remember how many times I've restart my CRM with either with the virtual machine, and then everything just gets messed up. So that's the reason why I created this, so I don't have to deal with that anymore. I can just enjoy doing this that I'm doing. Okay, so if you're interested in this, let me know. And also, if you're interested in the Workspace, for most of you, you might not be interested in the Workspace because it's kind of, if you except you're making candles or you're making something like a product, then we can tweak this to fit whatever product you're doing. But for the candle makers, I think this would be really good for you. All right, okay, don't forget to subscribe, guys, and give me a thumbs up about this video, and hit the bell notification, guys. Thank you again for watching. I hope you have a good day. God bless. Bye bye.